I feel like they went out of their way to take several beats to let everybody know, like, yes, this is a lesbian couple. This isn't just two women in charge here. It's like they didn't have the beat of.
They didn't have the fucking balls, no pun intended, I guess, because all bitches that made this thing. But they didn't have the balls to actually have them kiss.
Right?
Even Leslie Headland, even the fucking activist.
Let's see it.
Even they didn't have the balls.
Well, we got 4 more episodes. Well, we got 5 more episodes.
There's still time.
5 more.
Right.
Yeah, they've renamed it the Acolyte.
Yeah. Accurate.
Nerdrotic.com.
This is the lowest viewed Star Wars show to date, correct, Ryan? So
yeah,
Ahsoka was, and then
the premiere of Ahsoka and Andor were virtually identical, but we only got the actual numbers for Ahsoka. When you put the ratings, all this stuff together, the numbers for Ahsoka and Andor were identical. Andor took off over time. Ahsoka fell off over time. This is 3 million less viewers than Ahsoka, so this is officially the least viewed Disney Star Wars show we've ever seen.
And the lowest rated. It is now dipped on Rotten Tomatoes anyway, lower than the holiday special. At last check, it was a 17%.
Gary,
didn't Ahsoka debut with 1 episode, and this was 2?
Ahsoka did 2.
It was 2. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. They're only that number is only for the first episode for both, for Ahsoka and Acolyte.
But Ryan, I need you. Ryan, you're good with all these numbers and everything, so I need you to explain something to me, okay? And explain to our wonderful audience. I was told the more we cover it, the more we're helping Disney. So can you explain how it is that they are at an all-time low viewership, yet we're talking about it?
It's so weird. We were told the same thing about the Marvels, right? And we made more videos about the fucking lead up to the Marvels, and we made more videos about the lead up to the Acolyte than any of this bullshit.
That's why this is the Marvels of Star Wars. This is like the bridge too far. It's not a bridge too far for me.
I have the answer right here. I'm sharing my screen. I think this is the answer right here. I posted this on Twitter, and it kind of sums up everything.
Now?
Right here.
Yes.
I used to watch Star Wars. Now I just watch the YouTube content.
Yeah.
And I took the shot of Jeremy drinking. It's like this is kind of it right here. Of like, this is your once big time Star Wars fan. Now he's just like turned to alcohol, and people are like, "You got to watch this shit, so I don't have to, bro."
We're way past denial. We're way past all that. We're just accepting it now.
I think I know people always say any attention or any press is good press. That is such an antiquated notion. Now, are there some people that thrive off that type of shit, that no matter what attention, negative or positive, that they thrive at? Some individuals, sure. But when you're talking about these massive companies, when you're talking about these massive companies, it's not fucking 1980 anymore, where you only had a couple channels and you got news in 36 class. Like, it's a 24-hour news cycle, social media cycle, all this stuff. So if 95% of people are out there shitting all over something, that is horrifically bad for those companies and for those shows. And so the people that come in my mentions and say, like, any press is going to be, you're fucking living in the past, bro.
If it wasn't, if it didn't bother them, then why did Disney specifically ask Gina Carano to not follow Geeks and Gamers and Ryan Channel?
Why do they hate us? Why do they hate us so much for calling their dog crap out and exposing how bad it is? If it was good, they would love it.
Why did my Twitter get suspended for 12 hours for a comment that I responded to the Star Wars account, and all I did is put that Acolyte meme. That's all I did. I didn't say anything. I mean, I think I said like Star Wars is dead or whatever, but my Twitter account got suspended for 12 hours for harassment for a fucking meme and it was specifically the reply to Star Wars that it got. But hey, they're not bothered by us, guys. We're no big deal.
I got a question. I got a question for everybody. How many shows like this do you think it's going to take before it becomes Star Trek Discovery? By the way, just ended and nobody talked about it.
I think this is it.
This is it. This is like, got the same energy as like when Master of the Universe, Revelations, whatever came out. Everyone had eyeballs on that first part, and it was so astronomically bad when the second part came out. Dead on arrival, no one gave a crap. This is what I think is happening. First, like people talk about hate watching. Yeah, the true death of a franchise is apathy, but I feel it's the hate watching that causes the apathy, because once people see how bad it is and everyone exposes what it is, then they get checked out. And I have a feeling this is that's what's happening.
Yeah, I mean, Drinker last night, 24,000 people watching
all of our videos that we've done against the Acolyte have gone, big, very big, above what they usually go.
Except for Gary. Except for this Gary guy, he can't get any views. He's struggling.
In the comments section, just a lot of them, because I've been going through, because they're fucking hilarious. But I've been going through, and again, it's one of the biggest comments. I just watching this, so I don't have to watch the show. That's where they are. People are now watching us, so they don't have to watch the shit. And they're watching us because they want us to fucking lampoon this absolute crap. Because I think it's kind of cathartic for them as an audience to see us like point at the stuff which everyone wants to go stunning and brave and just call it out for what it is. Fucking dumb fuck lesbians in fucking space are retarded. That's what Star Wars is now. It's just fucking crap.
I think the majority are just walking away. Yeah. Like the majority are just going, I've got other things to watch. There's a million other things on YouTube or other
YouTube
movies
stuff
or
has been like, that's what I was looking forward to when the Marvels was coming out. I'm like, we're gonna get some good videos, man. We're gonna get some damn good videos. And I've been watching all the live streams, all the videos. Okay, we're gonna make two recent exceptions: X-Men '97 and Andor, based on people I trust a lot, said those two shows finished pretty strong. Well, I saw X-Men '97, finished strong, good show. Good show. Andor, I got to trust Mahler on that one. But other than that, when have you seen any product from Disney Plus, and I'm including Lucasfilm, be it Willow or Star Wars or Marvel on D Plus, when does the show ever finish strong? Pretty much all of their shows start out, quote unquote, strong and get much, much worse. Secret Invasion's the best example of something that was just kind of boring and stupid and went next level on their fucking final episode with the masturbation arm. DNA passing fucking tattoo and rings for some reason.
Well, people really did, regardless of how you feel about it, people loved the Mando season 2 ending, and Mando season 1 left a ton of people excited for season 2. So those
they loved it at the time, but in hindsight is now proven that was just key jangling. Yep. It was hollow. It was as hollow as fucking Luke's facial expression.
I was on this fucking show the week after that shit happened, and I said it feels like Force Awakens again. It feels like all these people that are getting excited for this bullshit and ignoring all the other stuff involved because you're so excited about this jangling key. And I feel like in a couple years, we're going to look back at it in the same way.
I think the context for that, though, sorry, Garrett, is at the time, it showed exactly what the fans wanted. The fans wanted Luke, and they had an opportunity. They had an opportunity with that. Really, like I said publicly, that scene did nothing for me. It did absolutely nothing for me. I acknowledged that people loved it, but I was like, I felt nothing. It just, for one, why isn't he asking how everybody else is doing? Like, he's not even acknowledging the other people there. It was so dumb. But they had an opportunity. They're like, oh shit, like there's your data right there. They pay marketing firms hundreds of thousands of dollars to get that kind of data, which was immediate. It was, we like Luke, give us Luke. And what did they do? Fire Gina Carano. That was their follow-up.
They tried to put in Boba Fett. They put Luke back into Boba Fett, and it screwed up that show.
And then Mark Hamill,
don't know what to do.
Mark Hamill made everybody else hate Luke. Everybody's Rianne Johnson's got a point now. So the point I was making is like Disney Plus live action like usually gets much, much worse.
Overall, you're right. On. You're 100%. There's a couple of exceptions to the rule, but generally speaking, that is exactly how it goes.
The reason is because these people are dog shit writers. So when something starts and there's some mystery we don't quite know, we can make up all these things in our head of the direction that they could go, what they could possibly do, or what if they take it here, what if they address this. But then as you get episode after episode, a lot of those options get struck down and you're left with the road you're forced to travel, which is stories that are told by people who aren't actually interested in giving fans something they want or telling something that belongs in Star Wars that honors George Lucas. And then instead, it's something that was derived with agenda, identity politics at the forefront. And the people writing the story are completely inept.
So this was at 20. I can't remember. 24 or 28% before episode 3. I can't remember.
About 26.
Yeah. 26. Yeah. I mean, I'll just go back and look at my thumbnails. But it's already dropped a significant amount in just this one. Now, again, this might be the worst episode we've seen. but it's Disney Star Wars, so you never know. We've got 5 episodes left. Worse. Chris has kind of confirmed that, hey, episode 4 is bad. It's not as bad, but we still have 4 episodes of this bullshit.
Well, the other thing is less people will continue to watch it going forward, you know?
Correct.
So that's another factor.
Correct.
Yeah.
I mean, and most likely the people that are staying obviously are going to be more pro the product because
unless they have a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Unless they're a content creator, in which case, hello.
This is objectively a bad show. It's badly written. We don't even have to get into the communist and any of the fucking agenda. It's just a shit show. It is written horribly. The dialogue is delivered even worse. The music sucks. The set sucks. Nothing makes sense. You have no idea where you are at any time, what time it is, and you don't care about the mystery. Who gives a fuck about the mystery? And your main character that you introduced, you left her out of an entire episode in the 3rd episode. Did you know, Chris, that your name is in the credits of the Acolyte, and so is mine, so is Jeremy's, so is Drew out there, and Sue, and Rutherford, and Roman, and the chat, and the PS2 guy. You all ruined Star Wars. It's not the people writing this. Acolyte isn't ruining Star Wars. You are. You're ruining Star Wars.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'll take full credit for it. Bring it on.
Have you ever seen this happen in any fandom ever? Ever?
No.
They're not fans.
No company treats their fans this way.
No,
Disney does.
Insane.
Because it's the marketing departments. It's the marketing departments that have come through this system when they've been at the universities. This is what they're learning. They're learning about anti-marketing. They're learning about confronting your fucking audiences. They're learning that you don't make mistakes. The rejection of your product is clearly racism and sexism and homophobia and bigotry because of intersectionality. That's what they're being taught. And these are the people that are running the fucking marketing departments. These are the people that are running being the community managers. These are the people that have got the fucking purse strings. As the CEO of Sweet Baby Inc. said herself at the developers conference, you guys have got to go to these people and you've got to terrify them. Terrify them that they are not towing the line as regards to Stunning and Brave and ESG and DIE and inclusion and diversity and representation. And if they don't toe the line, then maybe we should get somebody into the company that is up on these things. That's exactly what these people who are doing all this shit is. And then they've got a media that will just 100% support them for access. That's
absolutely.
Well, that's what's happening here is the media.
That's when we get into the story of like, oh, when if they were going to do this, they could have done that. Like, it was never about the story with them, and it's never about the current fan base. To them, they despise. This is about conditioning and indoctrinating the younger generation to fully accept all of this moving forward. This is about like over time, just making them understand like this is the norm, this is the standard. They don't want us as fans. They don't. Nope. They don't want critical people of holding them accountable for anything. They absolutely do not. But they do want people that are a little more impressionable, that they can kind of condition, and they're hoping 10 years, 20 years down the road, that's what they're going to have. Yeah, it's a long game for them. They truly is about a diversity showcase. That is the point of this, is to, and I talked about this because I was saying how when I was working retail a long time ago, and how I don't know what it'd be like to work retail. I'd imagine there's a lot of this in the corporate world with the DEI initiatives right now about how to handle racism and then all of that. And you have kids coming out of college or out of, they're in high school and they have to have these jobs. And a lot of them probably scoff at this in the beginning, like, this fucking DEI bullshit is crap. But they have to have the job, so they're willing to just toe the line and deal with it, just like I did when there were new policies implemented. Like, oh, it's a dumb fucking policy, but I need my job, so fuck it, I'll do it. And 3 years of just, hey, not worrying about it, 3 years, you're conditioned now. So 3 years, 4 years, you're out of that retail job, but you've been conditioned to abide by the social standard that they're trying to create. And that's what they're trying to do with young people with all of this media. It's not about you, me, it's about the next generation that they can condition.
Forced behaviors.
Right.
Yes.
BlackRock, forced behaviors.
Yes.
Government.
Yeah.
So the reason Disney paid billions for it is it had a built-in audience, and they thought they could just print money forever, and they could have. Signs were good in the beginning, and then they got fucking full of themselves and thought they could fundamentally change the brand that Star Wars, that George Lucas created, into something they want. They took a male brand and mutated it into a female brand, and it will never work. It's putting a square peg into a round hole. So it will never be what it once was at its absolute height, and it won't be what it was with The Force Awakens, which was a third wind that no franchise gets. It'll never be what they wanted it to be. It is now just a category on a fledgling streaming service that has yet to turn a profit.
Nerdrotic.com. Please subscribe.